أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم وفقنا وسائر المشتغلين للعلم والعمل الصالح بحق محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن عدوهم. Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam said, he who has no control over his anger has no control over his reason. He who has no control over his anger has no control over his reason. قال الإمام الصادق عليه السلام: من لم يملك غضبه لم يملك عقله. من لم يملك غضبه لم يملك عقله. With a transaction, we reach to issue number 2065, prohibited transaction. There are many haram deals and business. Some are mentioned below: to sell and purchase intoxicating beverage, non-hunting dogs, pigs, and unslaughtered carcass as a precaution. These are haram. Besides, as a precaution, an unslaughtered carcass, to sell it, it is haram. Besides, so if, for example, if I have a cow and this cow is dead, not according to the Islamic prescribed Islamic way in slaughtering, and somebody came and he said, okay, sell it to me. I have, for example, I have a lion, I have an animal to feed this carcass from it, to feed this carcass to that animal. Okay, it is haram to sell it, but what shall I do? This is the carcass. I'm going to remove my hand, because I'm removing my hand from it. I want money for this, just to remove my hand, and he can take it. You understand this? I will take money. Just if somebody asks, to whom is this carcass? It's mine. This carcass, it is mine. He said, okay, go away, take this money for being going away, I'll take it. Doesn't matter here. But just to sell it, I want money for, instead for this carcass, no, this is haram. Besides, if a permissible use of najis al-ayn is possible, like excrement and feces being converted to a manure or fertilizers, its transaction is what is permitted. But as a precaution, such sale and purchase should be avoided. Such sale and buy should be, purchase and sale should be avoided. Sale and purchase of usurped property as a precaution, it is haram. Sale and purchase of usurped property as a precaution, it is what? It is haram. To sell and purchase those things which, sale and purchase of usurped property is haram. There is no precaution, no, it is a verdict, haram. As a precaution, it is haram to sell and purchase those things which are not usually considered to be merchandise. Like what? like the sale and purchase of wild beasts. Sale and purchase of wild beasts, if it does not involve any substantial gain. For example, somebody is selling and buying monkeys. What is the benefit from the monkeys? If there is no benefit, it is what? It is a precaution as an obligatory precaution. It is haram. But if he said, no, I will take it, I will put it where? In a cage, and let people come and study or visit to see this animal. I will invest money from it. In this case, it doesn't matter. There is a benefit from it. But if there isn't any benefit, for example, he has what? He has a snake. He keeps a snake in his house. He said, I will take this snake, I want to keep it in my house. What is the benefit of this? This merchandise is what is haram. Any transaction which involves interest. Any transaction which involves riba, it is what? It is haram. أي معاملة ربوية هي محرمة. Sale and purchase of those things which are usually utilized for haram acts only, like gambling tools. Like gambling tools. It is what? It is haram to purchase it and to sell it. Like domino, like roulette, and so on. A transaction which involves fraud or adulteration, like when one commodity is mixed with another and it is not possible to detect the adulteration, nor does the seller inform the buyer about it, like to sell ghee mixed with fat. To put something with another thing, it seems to, let me tell you, just to sell a boiling potatoes, we smash it and we sell it as if it is what? As if it is ghee. Definitely they will mix it with what? With some ghee. Its smell becomes ghee. So this case it is haram. It is haram. Or they mixed some lime juice with the flour, وهي الطحين. It is also haram. This commodity is haram. This act is called cheating, ghish, or adulteration, ghish. The Holy Prophet of Islam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, if a person makes a deceitful transaction with the Muslims or puts them to a loss or cheat them, he is not one of the followers. Man ghashana falaysa minna. And when a person cheats his fellow Muslim, like to say sells him an adulterated commodity, Allah deprives him from blessings in his livelihood, closes the means of his earnings, and leave him to himself. اللي غش المسلمين الله سبحانه وتعالى سوف لا ينظر إليه أي رحمة الله لا تصله، ويكون رزقه غير مبارك، ثم إن الله سيغلق أبواب الرزق عليه ويكله إلى نفسه ويكله إلى نفسه. Issue number 2066. There is no harm in selling a tahir thing which has become mutanajjis. A tahir thing which becomes mutanajjis, there is no harm in selling this, but we need to tell the buyer and not to use this mutanajjis with the thing that it should be tahir. We took this before, but can be made tahir by washing it. It is halal to sell mutanajjis thing, which could be tahir. And if it cannot be made tahir with water, and its use does not require to be tahir. If I sell what mutanajjis oil, أنا بعت نفط mutanajjis oil, which we use it for what? For lighting, or we use this oil for painting. What do we need? We need the paint to be tahir? We need the fire to be tahir? No, doesn't matter. So sell it if it is mutanajjis, doesn't matter. Like some oils, its sale is permissible. In fact, even if its use requires it to be tahir, if it has substantial halal benefit, its sale is permitted. Like what? Like if I have, as I told you, I have a mutanajjis food. It is haram to consume it. But somebody said, okay, sell it to me. I want to feed my animals. It is halal to sell it or not? It is halal. Not only that, blood. I want to sell my blood. It is mutanajjis blood. But they take it and to give it or to save the life of other person. It is haram to sell it? No, it is not haram. Sell it, doesn't matter. Even the blood is mutanajjis, but they use it. All right? Issue number 2067. If a person wants to sell a mutanajjis thing, he should inform the buyer about it, because by not telling him, he might do something contrary to the rule of Sharia. I think we took this in Tahara, if you remember, before a few years. For example, if he sells him mutanajjis water, which the buyer may require for wudu or ghusl, and to offer his obligatory prayer, or he sells him something which he uses as food or a drink, in all such cases the seller should inform the buyer. Why? Because he is going to use it for what? For things which requires tahara. Okay. If the seller knows that it is no use informing the buyer who is careless. This person, he doesn't care about tahara and najasa. It is equal for him if he knows that this thing is mutanajjis or tahar. He does not care about it. So, should I tell him? No, there is no problem. Don't tell him. And because in both cases, if you tell him or not, he is not going to take care about this. And does not care about tahara or najasa, then it is not necessary to inform him. Issue number 2068. Although the purchase and sale of mutanajjis medicine for internal or external use, sometimes this medicine is mutanajjis and I need to use it for internal use just like in my nose, or external on my body, on skin of my body. Is it halal or haram? He said, although the purchase and sale of mutanajjis medicine for internal or external use is permissible, it is permissible to sell it. The buyer should be informed about it. The buyer should be informed about this medicine is mutanajjis. If the buyer takes care about najasa and tahara. If the buyer takes care about najasa and tahara, we should inform him. But if he does not care about tahara and najasa, it is not necessary to tell him. As we mentioned before, be informed about it in situations explained in the foregoing issue number 2065. Issue number 2069. There is no objection to selling or buying the oils which are imported from non-Islamic countries, just like from Europe, from India, if it is not known to be mutanajjis. I don't know, this oil is mutanajjis. So I bought it from China, from India, from Europe, from non-Muslim country. Is it halal or haram? It is permissible. It is permissible to make this transaction. If I don't know that this oil is mutanajjis. And as for the fat, الدهن, which is obtained from dead animal, the fat which is obtained from dead animal, if there is a probability that it is belonged to an animal which has been slaughtered according to Islamic law, that means this fat is taken from an animal which is slaughtered according to the prescribed law of Sharia. It will be deemed tahir. So this fat is tahir. And its sale and purchase will be permissible. Its sale and purchase will be permissible, even if it is acquired from a non-Muslim or is unimportant from a non-Islamic countries, even if it is acquired from a non-Muslim or is unimportant from a non-Islamic countries. It is what? It is halal to this commodity or this purchase. But it is haram to eat it. It is not haram to sell and buy, but it is haram to eat it. And it is necessary for the seller to inform the buyer about the situation. It is necessary for the seller to buy what? To buy the buyer, to inform the buyer about the situation, so that he does not commit any contrary to his religious responsibility, since that this fat is what is coming from non-Muslim country, or it has been taken from non-Muslim or it is imported from non-Muslim country, we should tell what? We should tell the seller that this fat is coming from non-Muslim country, or it is obtained from non-Muslim person. Why? Because maybe he wants to use it in his body, and we notice that the body should be tahir when we perform salah, and this fat will what? Will make the body is what? Mutanajjis. And mutanajjis body in salah is not allowed. Issue number 2070. If a fox or any other such animal, definitely a fox, its meat haram to be eat, okay? But how about its fur? Let's see. If a fox or any other such animal is not slaughtered according to the religious law, or dies a natural death, it is haram to purchase or sell its hide. It is haram to sell or buy its hide as a precaution. Issue number 2071. The purchase and sale of the hide and the skin which is imported from a non-Islamic country, that this is the skin or hide which is imported from a non-Islamic country, or is about from a non-Muslim, or we bought it from, or is bought from a non-Muslim, is permissible, doesn't matter, provided that one feels strongly that the animal was most probably slaughtered according to the Islamic laws. Doesn't matter if we buy it from a non-Muslim or we imported it from a non-Muslim country, but I have a big thought, a big rate of confidence that it is slaughtered, that this animal is slaughtered according to the prescribed way of Sharia, and salah with it will be in order, and salah with this hide will be what? Will be in order. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa alihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن عدوهم.